I think having your, I know, for, having my parents give me or not give me any indication that I couldn't do anything I wanted to do, I think is absolutely vital, because they made me feel that everything was in my grasp, and never second guessing anything. And certainly they and afterwards my husband were incredibly supportive. And sometimes I think being a minority in a specific career field sometimes can be a little bit lonely, and sometimes you can feel a little isolated. And I think one of the certainly the luckiest thing that ever happened to me was meeting my husband in college, and having somebody so supportive, and having him to always turn to. So for those times where it became very lonely, very isolating, he was always there, and so it was easy to get through those hard spots, because I knew I always had him there to support me. But an interesting family support issue is my grandfather flew in World War I. He was one of the earliest military aviators, if you will, and got his wings in 1917. And Gramps was a big tough guy, and very rarely called or communicated. We'd visit him all the time. But when I graduated from pilot training, I got a call from Gramps. So I thought, oh my God, I'm there. Gramps is finally calling me. I'm somebody. And he called me up and said, yeah, so I understand you're graduating pilot training, and you could see him chomping on his cigar. I said, yeah, Gramps, and I'm going to fly the T-38, the supersonic trainer. I did well in pilot training, And he said, well, he goes, if you don't fly a tail dragger, you ain't shit, and that was pretty much the end of the conversation. And it really put everything into perspective for me that, as good as I felt about myself, it was good to have Gramps' humbling comments to make sure that you didn't get too full of yourself. Everybody asks about role models all the time, and certainly there are some, but nobody, even compares to my husband, who was 2 years ahead of me and graduating from ROTC in college, and he, to me, was just the epitome of what an Air Force officer and pilot should be. So, how lucky was I to have that incredible role model all the way through my career, that I could say, okay, that's what I want to be, and not just to have him to watch and emulate, but to get advice from and to bounce things off of. So there's no accounting for how much that relationship helped me in my career.
Somewhere I will draw the line. The ground is hard. The treasure found